This is the most secure prison in the world. The glass cells are suspended in mid-air, allowing a clear view of every inmate's movements. The guards wear masks, completely preventing any chance of communication. Even worse, there's a 360-degree surveillance camera inside each cell, constantly monitoring the prisoners. Such strict security made the prison security expert hesitate. He went to the warden to give the withdrawal signal, thinking the warden would let him go. But to his surprise, the warden completely ignored him, even ordering his men to keep a tight watch on him. That's when Ray realized he'd been tricked. This wasn't a prison test, it was someone's plan to trap him here for good. Now, he'd have to rely on himself to escape. He quietly studied the surroundings. But as a newcomer, he was quickly targeted by a group of inmates. One man approached him to cause trouble. Ray wasn't having it and punched the guy. Just as things were about to escalate, another man stepped in and stopped them. It was clear this man had a high status in the prison. He approached Ray and greeted him, offering help with anything he needed. But Ray wasn't interested. All he cared about was getting the hell out of this place. However, after observing the prison for several days, he couldn't find a way out. So, he decided to check out the isolation cells. Emile had been watching all of this and offered to help. In exchange for a way out, Ray decided to trust him. But Emile quickly betrayed him, knocking him out. While they fought, a guard stunned them with a flashlight. Soon enough, Ray was placed in the isolation cell. Before he could begin investigating, a blinding light flooded the room, causing him pain. He endured it, carefully feeling around the floor, hoping to find a clue. Though he suffered a lot, he made a discovery. He found rivets in the floor, suggesting there might be an empty space beneath. Ray went back to Emile and told him he needed a piece of metal. If Emile helped him get it, Ray promised to take him out of the prison. Emile immediately agreed. To get the metal, he deliberately angered the warden. The warden ordered water torture, but Emile managed to loosen a sewer cover while being punished. He returned and gave the cover to Ray, gaining his trust. Ray confessed he was an escape expert and shared his plan. Ray realized the prison was vertically constructed, likely underground. He also heard water in the isolation cell, so he assumed there were water pipes. If they could climb up the pipes, they could reach the surface. Now, they needed to get back to the isolation cell. They caused trouble again to get sent back to the isolation area. Once there, Ray used the metal piece to pry up the rivets. He quickly removed all the rivets, then signaled Emile. Emile began shouting loudly in the next cell. The guards in the monitoring room took the bait, and Ray used the distraction to break the lock. He then lifted the steel plate. He climbed up the water pipe with all his strength. But when he finally reached the top, he froze in shock. It turned out the entire prison was built on a massive cruise ship. Not only was escape impossible, but Ray didn't even know where he was.